Let me wait. The British Council in Indonesia. The British Council is the United Kingdom's international organization for cultural relations. You are followed by my mom? What? Hello, welcome back, Weeboos. My name is Andovi da Lopez, and bloody hell, mate! I have a British accent in this episode.
I'm so sorry.
Yes. Why am I speaking in a very bad British accent?
Are you gonna be like that for the entire podcast?
No. Just the intro. Okay? Right, because... Right. No, Weeboos, I can't do a British accent. I have a very bad British accent. Please welcome our very special guest today, the head of Creative Economy East Asia of the British Council. Give it up for Camelia Harahap.
Thank you. Thank you.
She's, we call her Cammy, right? Cammy.
Yes, you can call me Cammy.
Yep, there we go.
I tried my worst British accent there. Okay, so
I don't have a British accent either.
Yeah, you don't have a British accent.
Rate his British accent.
That was very bad.
1 to 10.
That's like a 2.
6.
Wow.
Oh, she was being very nice.
Well, thank you.
I'm being polite, I guess.
Being very nice.
Wingardium Leviosa. Not Leviosa.
This is where the audience click close. Yeah. I don't think I can watch this. Okay, anyway, welcome back to another podcast, right, Andovi?
Yes, welcome back.
I'm quite excited about this episode actually because we're gonna dive deep into the creative economy. I know a lot of you guys are in the creative economy and very well invested in it. And Cammy here, she's very passionate about the creative economy. She's also a third culture kid, right? Just like Andovi, you're
like
also
Andovi.
a diplomat. Right?
A diplomat. We're children of diplomats.
Children. Earlier, they were like bonding and discussing about like their posting.
Yeah.
Their parents posting.
Such a basic diplomat thing to do. Lu di posting di mana? Where were you? Such a basic.
And then I'm just like drinking my coffee.
Right. So welcome to What Is Up Indonesia.
Thank you.
For people who can you please explain who you are, what you
Yeah.
do in general?
Okay, so I'm the head of creative economy for British Council in East Asia. As some of you might know, British Council is an international organization from the UK. We focus on 3 main pillars, education, English, and arts and culture. And particularly, I'm working on the creative economy portfolio for East Asia. So it entails with like a lot of program development, working with stakeholders, as well as looking at opportunities to further support and develop the creative economy sector.
So I've actually quite heard a lot, about the UK ASEAN partnership. You guys are having your fifth year,
Fifth
year,
anniversary,
right?
yeah,
Fifth anniversary. So it's been going on for a while, right? So. Can you explain more about that? What does that mean? It says that the UK has become a dialogue partner for ASEAN. Can you explain more? Like, what does that mean?
So, as you might know, ASEAN, or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, they work together with different dialogue partners or different countries in order to further develop and further their agenda in developing the sector and developing the country's agendas. So usually there would be several different dialogue partners, for instance, like Japan, China, the US, EU. The UK has become a dialogue partner for ASEAN back in 2021. So if I'm not mistaken, the UK is actually the youngest dialogue partner in comparison to some of the other countries. Like the other countries might have already decades worth of dialogue partnership. But then the UK has just gotten that dialogue partner status in 2021. So we're fairly new with our dialoguing.
Right. So can you tell us a little bit more, what does that concretely, tangibly mean, being a dialogue partner, especially maybe in Indonesia? So what do you guys do here?
Well, as a dialogue partner, that means there is an agreement between ASEAN and the country. So in this case with the UK, on several areas where they would like to collaborate in. So we have this, basically our kind of manifesto, or the main document that we abide by is called the Plan of Action, the UK ASEAN Plan of Action, and in there, under that Plan of Action, there is listed down several areas of cooperation, either in sectors like education, healthcare, energy, economics, and then also creative economy, which is the area that I'm working in. So it will mean that we can use that plan of action as a means to then further create some programs, initiatives, and interventions where we can support the sectors further.
Okay, just a little bit of as a geography nerd, I'm a bit confused here because you're the head of for East Asia, but you're
Yep.
specifically talking about UK and ASEAN, right?
Correct.
So,
Right.
why, do you also hold for the East Asians the Chinese, Japanese, Koreans also, or just you focus on the ASEAN part?
I focus particularly on the ASEAN part,
Okay,
but
got it.
it is a bit of a maybe confusing
Right.
title because how it works within the British Council is that our work is clustered into different regions, and the East Asia region also includes
Okay.
Northeast Asia, China, Japan, Korea,
Got it.
and whatnot. Even the Pacific area like Australia, New Zealand. I think in total there's like 14 countries that
Right,
is
right.
within one region, geographical region.
Okay, and can you please give an example? Because you said one of the plan of action is to make initiatives or programs. What is the most recent one, or maybe you can share with us a recent initiative or program that you guys have done?
Okay. Well, the most recent one that I'm actually managing and leading on is called the ASEAN UK Advancing Creative Economy Program. So this is a program that we established in 2024. And it's looking to how the UK and ASEAN can cooperate to strengthen the creative economies of the ASEAN region. So this is quite a new program, and as you can see, there might actually be a lot of other projects in other areas, like I said, in education or in energy or in health, that has been developed even before that. But the Creative Economy Program is one of the newest ones and was just established in 2024. So this program is 2 years old, still a toddler.
So me and Andovi are both in the creative economy. This is a creative economy.
This podcast, WIUI is a creative economy. We're all creative economies here.
Yes, so I'm very invested in the creative economy, and I mean, I see a lot of potential, especially here in Indonesia, and I'm really happy to always see if there's like a cross-cultural collaboration, because I think, diversity always brings out more creativity, and sometimes it entails more economy. But so, for example, you say the program is to strengthen, right? What does that mean, like tangibly? Can you give us like an actual tangible, like, oh yeah, we give funding, for example, or we give ABCD training, or real concrete program?
So
example?
our program focuses primarily on delivering capacity building to
So that's like
skills, training,
What kind of
workshops. We focus primarily on policy making because
Oh.
we think that one of the main kind of challenges in the creative economy sector across ASEAN right now is how fragmented everything is. And
the policy.
the people as well. So a lot of creative practitioners, they want change, they want something better for themselves, but they don't know how to communicate that to policymakers.
Okay.
And at the same time, policymakers sometimes don't really know what's happening. So we decided that through this program, one of the ways for us to actually strengthen the creative economy ecosystem is by providing a training so that those two can kind of meet together. The creative practitioners understand policy better, and the policymakers understand the creative economy better.
So you create like a bridge of sorts between policymaker and the creative economy, like actors.
Correct.
Okay. So is it like more of a dialogue or training? Like you mentioned workshops, like.
Yes, it's mostly training and workshops, but we also do a lot of research because one of the key important areas for us to be able to provide evidence to like policymakers and the government is they need to see the numbers, right? So that's why it's really important for us to ensure that we have the right numbers, right figures, but also to show that the creative economy is a really important sector that they should support. And then that's all, we can get all of those data from the research and reports that we do.
All right. Speaking about data, then what's a data that stands out? What's a data about Indonesia or ASEAN in particular when we talk about creative economy? Is it the potential? Is it the Like, what's the data that will stand out? Like, for example, I heard, like in Thailand, for example, because I don't know the numbers in Indonesia, like their creative economy and film industry boosts their GDP by sekian percent.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there a
Yeah.
specific data of Indonesia, for example, that you would like to share?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry.
No,
You
no,
want to
go ahead.
Well, Indonesia itself is probably, we can say, maybe like the heartbeat of the ASEAN creative economy, because our sector is so big and so large, and perhaps also quite established. I mean, Indonesia so far, the contribution to the creative economy is like 1.500 trillion IDR. It's around maybe like $90 billion.
So the creative economy's contribution in Indonesia to the country, or
Yeah, to the
Okay.
country. Yeah.
okay,
Okay, so that's 90 billion US dollars.
Yes.
Well, right now
I'm
it's
not very
88,
good with math.
88.
Yeah.
Right now it's a bit, right now. But okay, that's interesting. Okay. And this is done through your research. It's a research backed. You've
Yeah.
done the numbers. You've crunched the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the data that we've gotten through the research, and we found.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, like, ASEAN as a bloc is really, it's really marvelous, because, and I think a lot of people people outside of ASEAN don't realize how big ASEAN is,
Yeah.
because in terms of like population,
We're like 500 million something, or 400 million.
600
million, sorry.
670 million. So
That's a lot. That's a lot of people.
it's the third largest economy after China and India.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of countries, they just realize that ASEAN combined as a market is like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do feel like one of the difficulties, because I remember when I did YouTube back in the day, when YouTube was popping off in ASEAN, they tried to do that. They tried to make me meet with Malaysian content creators, Thai, Cambodian, Lao, whatever. When we met them, one of the biggest thing is ASEAN doesn't have a unified language.
Yeah.
And so it was really hard. And okay, for crossing culture, it's fun. Like, oh, the Thai people do this, the Cambodians do this, but like, if you don't have a unifying language, it's really hard. Is this part of the thing that how do you unite ASEAN? Because we are so fragmented. The Thais and
Right.
Yeah.
we are so
how
fragmented.
do you bridge collaboration when there's language barrier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
That's
I mean,
interesting.
Yeah. That's one of the issues that we found in the ASEAN program, is even like the understanding of creative industries, what exactly creative industries is. It's so different from country to country. So back in, I think a couple of years ago, ASEAN Secretariat had actually tried, and it was actually Indonesia who initiated it, tried to come up with like a main definition of creative industries or creative economy that all of the ASEAN countries can endorse. So that means we at least have like a start, like a foundation that everybody starts from the same same space, and that took years of like development and like support in order for us to come up with that one definition. But then, but at the same time, it's still very challenging, and like you said, it's still going to be quite fragmented. And I think that's why programs like this is quite important, so that it helps support and accelerate that development.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like ASEAN itself, right? Though we were
Right.
talking with Mbak Irene,
Yeah, Mbak
in
Irene.
WIUI, right? And
Yeah.
and even
yeah.
in Indonesia, she's the vice minister
Yeah.
for creative economy, and she also said that in Indonesia itself, there's a different understanding and definition of creative economy, and
Right.
one of the things that ECRAF is trying to do is unify that definition,
Right.
And so did you work together with
With
ECRAF
ECRAF?
in this to like craft that definition and stuff? too?
Yes. We definitely did work with ECRAF as an organization. And of course, I think ECRAF was also one of the kind of like key pioneers and leaders in order to support this. When we, the definition itself was developed by ASEAN Secretariat, but from what I understand, they had also ensured that all of the countries and government agencies from those countries have been cited and have agreed onto this particular definition. So I think Indonesia was quite instrumental because they were the ones who also brought everybody together
Oh, really?
to like develop this definition. but also use Indonesia's experience to kind of like shape what does it actually mean for ASEAN?
So for me, right, I'm in the creative economy. I would say like media and then books, publishing. And I would say the main, well, let's zoom in on books, right? Yeah. For me, and I know for a lot of authors, the main issue, one of it, is piracy. And I would say that if you take it further, behind piracy is also the lack of appreciation that the market still have for creative value. And I can say that this can translate to other sector. I know Andovi,
1000% agree.
You have like in musicals, right? A lot of people don't understand like how hard and expensive it is to produce musical, and they're like, bangko, tiketnya mahal banget deh. You know, so I would say for me personally, like that is the main issue. So too, right? Piracy, and that entails like the lack of enforcement, law enforcement. And then secondly is the lack of appreciation still on the market. Do you have any program or program that tackles that in Indonesia?
Well, we are, through that training program, we actually highlight particular topics like that. So we look at things like IP, we look at things like how to invest in the creative economy and why it's important to invest in the creative economy. So that in that way, we try to provide the information and the support needed for, you know, as a creative practitioner, what can they do to actually address the issues around piracy and IP and copyrights, for instance. And then for people who have a creative business, how can they try to access more funding, for instance, from like banks or from other institutions who can provide funding to grow their business.
Right, because I do feel like, I mean, it's no secret. Funding is one of the biggest problems in the creative economy, especially in Indonesia. Like there is I would say there is not a gap, but there is, people don't know how the creative economy works economically wise, like financially wise, right? How do you make money? People just think it's, right now it's very dominated by sponsorship and brands, which is fine, of course.
Which is fine, yeah.
That's one way of doing it, but is it sustainable?
Exactly.
It's not, right? So is there anything that you guys do or in general that makes it sustainable for people who work in the creative economy or something like that?
Yeah, well, we try through the program and the training to provide them those understanding and skills because like you said, particularly maybe sometimes people only look at one particular model for their creative business, which ends up being not sustainable. So through the program, there are examples and case studies that we provide, as well as experts and people who are maybe a bit more established in the creative economy sector that can kind of help mentor them and provide them with like the necessary access or information or data in order for them to ensure that their business continues to be sustainable.
Has there any so can you give us a picture of like how many people have you reached, like how many policymaker, how many creative economy sector, how many actors, and is there any success story yet? I know I know you mentioned like it has only been going on for like around 2 years, but has there been any tangible impact or stories that stood out to you maybe after you were doing this work?
Well, I think we've now reached over 1,700 policymakers.
Policymakers.
By policymakers,
what do you mean? Yeah.
What do you mean?
People working in government.
Yeah.
So people who are, officials of like the Ministry of Cultures, Ministry of Creative Economies, ministry people, but as well as creative practitioners. So that number is a mix between policymakers and creative practitioners and creative business owners.
Is it only ministry people, or is it
the DPR people as well? Have you approached some DPR people?
We haven't approached any DPR people per se, but there has been some people from like cross-ministerial. So for instance, maybe their ministry also touches on some areas of creative economy because as you know, creative economy is very like it sits across so many different areas.
Yes.
Trade,
Yes.
SMEs,
Yep.
and then as well as like digital. So we also have that. We also have some, particularly when we were working, for instance, with ECRAF, they mentioned that it was really important for them to also work to bring in and recruit policymakers from the regions and the provinces, because even though like creative economy, like law and policy is already there from the national level, but it might not be implemented well enough in the regions and in the provinces.
Right.
So we tried our best as well to expand that network of practitioners and policymakers to also include those in the regions.
Okay. Have you done any work maybe with the Ministry of Education?
With the Ministry of Education, unfortunately not yet.
I think that's an important
That's
issue, right?
very important.
Yeah. I think we should definitely include them as well.
And also
in
like
the-
governor, bupati, like the regional leaders. 'Cause-
Yeah.
What about you said creative practitioners? Can you give us an example
Who
of
are
people
they?
that
Who are they?
They're, for instance, like fashion designers
Oh, I see.
or, craft business owners.
Right.
There's a couple of people working in like, YouTube content creators as
right.
well. A lot of like, people who owns like music labels or like festivals.
I see.
So it's quite wide reaching to be
Okay.
honest, because
Okay.
creative economy is so wide. Yeah.
So can you tell us like some stories, some very specific stories, but maybe from both the government officials and the creative industry
Yeah,
player, their response? Is there any interesting responses or interesting discovery that you experienced?
Yeah. We had I've been kind of focusing more about talking about the training in more general, but actually one of our other programs was also to help support the development of the festival sector in Indonesia,
Festival.
in ASEAN. Yeah.
Like festivals and music festivals, or just festivals in general?
Festivals in general, including
okay.
music, including like arts exhibitions,
festival
food
also?
festivals,
Okay,
anything that is a contemporary festival. Because we actually see from one of our previous research that festivals is a really important and core part of the creative economy, not just in Indonesia, but across ASEAN.
Right.
It's where like the heart of the creative economy lies. And festivals actually bring a lot of impact economically, socially, culturally to a city or to a region. That's also connecting to like tourism and providing jobs for people and whatnot. So we had been supporting a delegation of festival managers. Most of them are music festival managers. And then we sent them on a delegation to the UK where they visited two UK festivals.
Which one?
Well, I wish it was Glastonbury.
Which music festival in the UK?
One is called Focus Wales, which is a music showcase festival. Usually, the rising stars, they showcase there before they really pop off.
Okay, before they go to the big ones.
Before they go to the big ones. And that's actually where the industry people go to like scout new talents.
Oh,
So-
I see. Okay. So,
So
when
they-
is What Is Up Indonesia gonna be in these festivals?
Sure, if you're interested,
Listen,
maybe next time we can bring you as well.
My British accent can be polished.
I
and,
think you need to work on your British accent before going there.
Is there training for that?
Is there
I
training
can
for
consider
British accent?
developing one maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
so we brought a group of music festival managers from across ASEAN to Focus Wales and another festival called The Great Escape in Brighton, and then we gave them the opportunity to like network, to provide, to like look at really interesting acts in order for them to maybe also identify any musicians that they want to bring back to their countries to showcase. And I think what happened was really interesting because out of those 9 festival managers, several of them actually came together when they came back. They came together and they were like, I think we actually need to do something for ASEAN. I mean, the ASEAN region. Because in those kind of festivals, there was rarely any representation of ASEAN, Southeast Asian musicians.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because of maybe lack of awareness.
From their side?
From their side, from
I
the
see.
UK side, lack of awareness about what's happening here. But once they actually know what's happening, there's so many things that we can actually do together and collaborate on. So when they came back, several of them created like a music promoter company. And their main target and main purpose, it's called Sounds of Southeast Asia. Their main purpose and their main target was to make sure that there's more ASEAN and Southeast Asian artists that will be performing in these international festivals around the world, in the UK and around the world. So I think about 1 year after, they managed to like send some musicians to South by Southwest. And then after that, they did another one in Reeperbahn Festival in Germany. And then just recently, also another group of the festival delegates, they have a festival called ASEAN Festival here. So they do the same thing. It's ASEAN, but the S is like with an X. ASEAN.
Okay. Where was it?
It's based in Bali.
Oh, okay.
So ASEAN Festival is based in Bali. So they also do a similar thing where they showcase really interesting talents and really interesting music acts, so that people can, buy their showcases and then bring them to international festivals abroad. So they also then created just last May. I mean, this is still May, but just a few weeks ago, they made an Southeast Asian music showcase in Focus Wales. So it kind of felt like it went full circle. After 2 years, we brought them over there, and now they actually brought back musicians to showcase in the UK.
The creative economy is very diverse, right? So what sectors are you guys focusing on? Because there's no way you're going to focus on all sectors at the same time, right? Is there any priority, and why?
Yeah, it's true. It's a really, really large sector. I think even in Indonesia itself, we have, I think, 16 or 17 creative subsectors. And it's quite impossible for us to focus on all of them. Even in the other ASEAN region, of course, other ASEAN countries, they also have multiple creative subsectors that make up the creative economy and creative industries. But we actually don't tend to like favor in a couple in a particular sector. But we do see that there are certain sectors that are very, very, like, they have great potential. The first one would be like the music, film, and also digital sector, in digital and interactive sector, because I think there was also like some data back in the day when we had COVID. Those were actually the sectors that really had strong growth.
Right.
In comparison to the other areas. So we thought that this would be a really good sector to focus on in order for us to be able to help support the acceleration of the growth in those sectors. And then the second one is also like craft sector. Craft. Because we actually saw that craft is usually the largest contributor to a creative economy for a particular country.
What do you mean by craft?
Like design products, using handmade craft products. It could be in the form of furniture. It could be in the form of artwork. It could be in the form of, tablescapes and stuff like that.
The biggest sector.
It's usually the biggest sector for a country, for their creative economy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So by crafts, like handicrafts, right?
Handicrafts, yeah.
Okay. I want to just ask one thing before we move on. I want to ask, like, okay, you're clearly Indonesian, but you're heading ASEAN.
Yes.
And where you work and what you do, I'm sure there are representatives from other ASEAN countries.
Yeah.
So do you work with the other ASEAN people, like the Thais, the Singaporeans, the Malaysians?
Yes.
And how does that work? Are you guys all like in Zoom calls or in G Meets? Do you have an office? Because I'm confused.
Yes.
Using Timely to find time.
Yeah. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, my work consists of mostly being in front of my laptop and like being on Teams calls and Zoom meetings. That's true. So I'm based in Indonesia because the ASEAN Secretariat is based in Jakarta. So I think in terms of geographical convenience, the role is set here.
Yeah.
And that also allows me to be able to coordinate with our stakeholders much better, who are, ASEAN Secretariat as well as the UK mission to ASEAN. But then I do work with, my whole team is kind of scattered across the region. So we have British Council Head of Arts in offices in the ASEAN countries. Not all ASEAN countries, unfortunately, because we only have offices in about 7 of the ASEAN countries. But they're the ones who also help to connect with the local stakeholders. So like the Ministry of Cultures, the Ministry of Creative Economies in those regions and in those countries, they're the ones who kind of lead on that bilateral relationship. And then we coordinate it multilaterally in the region. So recently we had a second symposium, ASEAN UK Creative Economy Symposium. And it was held in Manila, the Philippines. This is because the Philippines is the current chair of ASEAN. So they were the one who was hosting the Creative Economy Symposium. And we worked directly with the host country, which was represented by their Department of Trade and Industry. And we also worked with ASEAN Secretariat as the one who kind of coordinates all of the senior officials of the sectoral bodies. And then there's also my colleagues in each country who works across all of these relationships. So as you can see, it is quite a complex web of
because I would be
zigzagging.
Very confused, like there's a saying called ego sectoral, right?
Yeah.
What happens when there's ego country, right? For example, like what did the Philippines say? Like, no, you got to focus on our. Or what did Malaysians say? No, it's our time. So how? I'm confused, right? Because it's different when
managing egos.
Yeah, it's different when it's UK-Indonesia relationship.
That is true, because especially in the creative sector, people's egos are really, you're right.
It is very challenging, and of course you meet so many different types of people coming from your different cultures. I mean, personally for me, it's really exciting actually to navigate those connections and those relationships. Maybe this is the diplobrat in us that's kind of helping out in order to maintain the intercultural connections. But it's true. Sometimes, we need to really navigate those relationships. And of course, everybody has their own agenda. A particular country might have their particular agenda, like they want to maybe focus on something because it's their chairmanship. And then maybe another country will feel like, no, we know better.
Right.
I mean,
see,
it's common.
That's very complex.
It's very complex. But I think the beauty of it is everybody understands and they know that there is a benefit for working multilaterally.
Yeah.
And once they understand that benefit and understand why it's important, I think we end up meeting in the middle.
I see.
We kind of meet in the common ground. Yeah.
I see. Cami, I mean, you must have encountered so many different creative people and creative initiatives.
Who's the most
right?
annoying one? Let's just cut direct to the chase.
I cannot
is
say.
Is it the musicians? Is it the content creators? Is it the festival?
They're all very lovely people. They're all very creative and very exciting.
We want tea.
Unfortunately, I only have water and you guys have coffee, so we can't spill any tea here.
Okay, how about can you name maybe 3 of the most out of the box, the most creative initiative you've encountered?
Ooh,
or just one that's on top of your head.
There's so many of them. I mean, there's
bonus point if they're from Indonesia.
Oh yes. There is a lot of Indonesian really interesting Indonesian creative entrepreneurs and creative practitioners. I think particularly I'm just for some reason I've been thinking a lot about waste and trash,
Okay.
just because a friend of mine before this was sending me a video about waste management and trash. Actually a friend of mine from the UK.
Okay.
But she was asking about this initiative. And I was telling her, well, of course, like climate change and waste management is a huge issue in Indonesia. But there's so many really interesting initiatives of people who are doing, who are actually doing for the better. And a lot of them are also like designers, craft.
Oh yeah, because they turn the waste
like
into
Jeremy Owen.
Like Jeremy Owen.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
I'm always in awe of like creative people who also manage to address social issues and SDGs.
Yep.
They're not just creating beautiful things, but they're also bringing a better world to us.
Right.
So, shout out to those designers and craft entrepreneurs who are turning waste into beautiful materials and products.
Interesting.
What about you?
What about me? Like
The most creative initiative you've encountered?
for me, the most from Indonesia or ASEAN in general.
Indonesia.
Actually, I was gonna say something
Or okay.
about ASEAN. I think you should really call this one guy. I think if you're talking about UK ASEAN partnership, there's this one guy that you should really encounter. I think he's the only one in this field. Is this guy on Instagram or TikTok or whatever? He's called It's the Awkward Guy.
I know that
Right?
guy.
That guy is
What
the
guy?
only guy that can make content that
Yes.
gets to Malaysians, Indonesians,
Yeah.
Singaporeans,
Oh,
Thai.
yeah.
It's the Awkward Guy.
I love his content.
He's always like, what happens when Indonesians talk about the dollar and then the Malaysians come? I've seen many content creators in my life. He's the once I showed a picture.
I know.
I'm sure-
Is
I'm
he
sure
the
you've
one
met-
that's like really critical of like the government on each country?
Yes also,
Oh,
but
that can make fun of like
Yeah,
political
yeah, yeah.
topics. I
Yeah.
mean,
his name is I don't know his real name. Nanti I'll talk to that. This is this guy. It's an awkward guy.
I'm not
I think he's
mistaken, that's
Malaysian.
it. I think he's Malaysian.
I
Yeah.
think, but I think
like
he's
he
the-
has like that accent when he
Right,
talks, right?
right.
Is it that guy?
I think so. I think we're
Okay,
talking about the
maybe,
same guy.
maybe.
Let me just. You guys, I'll figure it out. 'Cause I
Interesting.
think he can be a really great bridge for the UK ASEAN.
And he uses English, right?
he uses English.
Yeah.
Forgot that.
I mean, every time he creates content,
I always watch it too,
I
yeah.
always watch it, and I'm like, I think he's speaking to me, because he's always
This
like,
guy.
Oh no, actually I don't.
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. It's that guy.
right,
Yeah.
right. See,
It's the
This
awkward guy.
It's the awkward guy.
Oh, actually,
this guy
I thought
is
about
really
someone
funny.
else. Oh.
This guy is really funny, and listen. I've been doing this since 2011. He's the only guy that can make content that speaks to Southeast Asians. Like really, like very specifically, like. If you look at his comment section, people from Thailand comment, people from,
Right.
from Malaysia,
Yeah.
Singapore, Vietnam. I'm like, what is going on? How is this guy doing it? So, yeah, shout out. And by the way, he's one of the people that I really want to interview for WIUI.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's
okay.
awkward guy. I don't know. Let me just
You need
DM
to
him.
tell me this thing.
Look, it's followed by people that we know. People that we know. Like
Wait. Does he? Maybe you should follow him. Andovi.
Maybe.
Maybe you should
Yeah.
follow him. Andovi.
I'm gonna DM him right now.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, love your content.
and we're talking about ASEAN.
Yo,
Let's
bro,
do it.
love your content. Please come to Indonesia. Gitu ya.
Yeah,
Yo, bro,
yeah,
love
yeah,
your
yeah.
content. Would you? It's hard to text with the left hand. There you go. Love your content. Please come to Indonesia. This is a live invitation, guys. We've never.
Watch it get ignored.
Please come to. It's an awkward guy. If you don't reply, we're gonna clip
And then-
this,
yeah.
and you're mean. Yo, bro, love your please come
And
to Indonesia.
Andovi's going to be left on read.
We want to interview you on our podcast. Want to interview you
Then he's just
on
gonna reply
our
no.
podcast. What is up, Indonesia?
We
Let
love
me know.
we love creative economy.
Let me know. We love you in Indonesia. We love you in Indonesia. That's it.
Okay.
I DM'd him. It's an awkward guy. I don't know your real name, bro, but if you don't reply. Yeah, anyway, that was just in my head.
I see. I've never encountered him.
Yeah, it's
it's
really-
okay. I mean, my
See,
algorithm is
even on
really
his
messed
Insta
up.
story, immediately, ASEAN countries during FIFA World Cup season. Like, his content is very ASEAN
Yeah. Yeah.
very coded. It's crazy.
And I think it also kind of speaks to the fact that like recently there's been a huge surgence of like siblings
The kind of
coming together and-
Even though it was in a very the context was not
the
good.
context was not good.
But it does show that there's a
There's a solidarity.
solidarity.
Yeah.
But there's one thing we will always fight on, and I'm really sorry. It's about the food. ASEAN
Yeah.
will never unite with the food because we all think our food's better.
Of course.
That's where the ego is the biggest.
That's what the ego, like with singing, with music, with films, we
It's
can be like,
okay.
oh, Thai movies are great.
Yeah.
Oh, Indonesian movies are great.
Yeah.
But when it comes to food, we're like, the Malaysians was like, nasi lemak is the best. And then we said, no, nasi goreng is better. And then
Rendang.
rendang. And then the Thai
Nasi
say,
padang.
my pad Thai is the best. And then the
Exactly.
Vietnam people will be like, my pho. You know, like, it's like, that's the one thing we will never.
I agree. Yeah, that's
we will
true.
never do.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
how do you?
yeah.
How
How do you
challenge
manage
that?
that?
Oh no!
How do you manage your food ego?
That's probably going to be the hardest thing that I would do
Yeah.
in my career. Like,
Yeah.
I can't. I mean,
You can't.
I every time we go to a like a ASEAN country
Yeah.
and like work with them. I mean, everybody's so hospitable and so lovely and so nice, and the food is always so great.
It's
And I
always
think
great.
that's the strength of our region, is just how diverse.
Yeah. One of the things that I do realize, you need to have people, right? And that's why I just mentioned this guy. Again, I don't know your real name, bro. I'm so sorry. Your real name is just Jay on Instagram, Jay. But like, you should approach him. Like,
Yeah. I think that would be really interesting. I'm looking at my comms team here
Yeah.
in case they
It's
can
all
make
good.
it work.
And maybe you should get us to do a podcast together
With him.
With him, you should facilitate that. Fly us to Malaysia. Like, there's a lot of fly us to Malaysia, meet the guy.
Live invitation and live
There we-
proposal.
Yeah,
Yes,
live proposal, live invitation, or fly us to the UK, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, back to this. What is your future? What is the target? What is the dream?
Yeah. There
What
we
is the
go.
mission?
Yeah,
What
I
is
was
the
about to
ultimate
ask that
mission
too. Yeah.
of what you guys do?
Yeah.
I think basically the mission is, we really want to develop and strengthen the creative economies in the Southeast Asian region. And it's not just about like creating great work. I mean, obviously the creative economy and the practitioners here, they're already doing so many interesting and wonderful things. They're very, very talented. But it's about scaling it up. And it's also about sustaining it. It's about making sure that it becomes a viable and sustainable option for people to actually have work in. So I think that's the kind of main goal, and that's where we want to see the future for the creative economy in ASEAN.
Makes sense. Kemi, so the work that you're doing, right? It obviously falls under impact, right? Like you're trying to create impact. And I'm always super curious about this. How do you measure impact? How do you know that what you have been doing is successful? Because I feel like most of the time when you're doing impact work, it's very, very qualitative, right? It's very
Yeah.
hard to quantify.
Yeah.
But you still need a way to measure whether it's successful or so. How are you doing it?
We of course we have our own. Well, you probably have done a lot of impact work, so you understand.
That's why I
like
know
the
this is like the hard
monitoring,
part.
evaluation,
Yeah.
frameworks, and all of that. Obviously, we have those frameworks in place because we do want to make sure that the work that we're doing through the ASEAN UK Advancing Creative Economy program is impactful. We do have certain indicators that look at quantitative. So for instance, it's the numbers, how many people we have reached, how many percentage of people have, for instance, feel confidence after partaking in our program to, in order for them to understand the creative economy, how many people feel that after this, they've made more connections and more relationships with people in their sector or people from other countries. So we do try to quantify it in that way. But I think at the end of the day, it's the qualitative stuff that really, actually is very impactful, because you hear the real stories from people about what they've experienced, how it has changed their lives, and how it has perhaps given them opportunities that would not be there if it weren't for the program.
Makes sense. And I mean, finally, of course, I would imagine like the people who are watching, if they want to get involved, right? If they want to get supported, if they want to get maybe funded or maybe involved or train or be into the program that you guys have, how can they participate?
We will promote some of the opportunities that we have through our social media as well as our website.
What's your social media?
So
I'm checking it right now. I'm grading your social media right in front of me.
Do it. Grading the creativity,
I'm
right?
grading the
creativity.
description. I always grade people by the description.
Okay, well,
What's the
our social media for British Council in Indonesia is at ID British.
At ID. Oh, yeah, how did you get that name? Yo, the
ID
username
is
very
Indonesia.
No,
and
but
then,
how did you get that username? I mean, that's a tough username to get. No underscore, no nothing.
no underscore, no
Wow.
nothing. At ID British.
Someone has connects with Instagram. Okay, let me wait. The British Council in Indonesia. The British Council is the United Kingdom's international organization for cultural relations. You are followed by my mom? What? Followed by Henny Andres? That's my mom. Why is my mom following you? Wait,
Maybe
what?
she's a big fan of our work.
Literally, Henny Andres, that's my mom.
That's true.
My mom is following you.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
You might need to have like a family talk after this, huh?
Wow. There's a study alumni awards, breaking
Yes.
barriers.
So what's your score, Andovi?
Okay, let me from the you could be like the British Council is the United Kingdom dalam kurung. I'm saying this in a British accent. Make it a joke, right? You can right? Dalam
Maybe
kurung.
we can take note of that.
Unironically, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Unironically, in the British.
Yeah. This is the Instagram, guys. So check it out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We actually also have a second account.
Oh wow, very Gen Z of you.
okay.
No, not exactly.
Very Gen Z.
We didn't mean to do it in a Gen Z way, but
What's it
because this Instagram handle is focused primarily on our kind of wider range of work in education and English.
So what's the second
But
account?
if you are interested in the arts and focus primarily
Is it
on
ID
the
British
arts,
Arts?
yes.
Is it also followed by my mom?
Let's see.
Oh, but it's followed by a lot of people that I know. Oh, it's actually followed by a lot of people I know. And all creative people, by the way.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, all creative people.
How come you haven't followed it?
Oh, wow.
Andovi?
Yeah, Andovi, how
there's
come you haven't followed
There's
us?
a follow back rate. Yes, I have a follow back rate. Yes.
And
Oh,
there's
you're
like-
also followed by JPAC, a musical thing. There's a lot of people that I know follow you guys.
Okay, I'm glad that we're legit in your eyes.
Not because but it's all creative people.
It is
so
creative
It actually
people, yeah.
stands.
That makes sense.
Okay, ID British Arts. Okay, I see.
What's the
Alright.
description?
Description is, as the UK's International Organization for Culture and Education, our arts work connects UK and Indonesian artists, all its organization and creative practitioners. I don't know why I just went British there. Oh yeah, and there's talking about vegetation. I mean, there's everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Glasgow Shorts Festival.
Exactly.
Because I'm trying to get into the Edinburgh Comedy Festival. Because that's one of the hardest ones.
Obvious. Yeah,
That's one of the
it's-
hardest ones. I got invited to do the Melbourne one for next year.
Hey, really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, congrats.
Recently, just like a week ago. They saw my set and they were like, "Yo, we
great.
want you to go to." But again, that's Australia, UK.
Yes.
Do you
Target for the UK.
Do you have any program for like stand-up comedy? I know
Yeah,
Andovi is
'cause I'm
like
doing-
big
I'm-
on stand-up
yeah.
comedy.
Well, we don't have a program particularly on stand-up comedy, but we have like performing arts programs. And one of the
Okay.
programs that we do is also to connect the sector to, the sector in the UK. So
Right.
we sometimes we send delegations to the Edinburgh Festival.
Oh yeah.
And then we also have an opportunity if you would like to collaborate with like UK artists. So we have collaboration funds,
Okay.
Dana Hibah grants, where you can apply to get funding to support your projects. Between a collaboration between UK and Indonesia or UK with several
Right.
other countries.
Interesting.
And you guys did a performance at
It's-
Tim.
Yes.
You guys did a performance at
We
Tim
did
last
a
year.
performance at Tim last
9
year.
December. What was it? What was this?
That was the English National Ballet performance.
Oh,
So we
wow.
actually, not the actual ballet
Ballet,
itself,
yeah, yeah.
but we screened a film of the English National Ballet.
I see.
Di Teater Wayang Siombing.
Exactly.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
But actually, the grants program that I just mentioned, it's going to be open next month. So perhaps by the time this is out,
How can they apply?
they can open the website or go through our Instagram at ID British Arts, and then there will be a link
Yeah, there's a link.
to go
I
to
see
the
it.
website
Nice.
with some information about the application
link.
form. But yes, please find a UK partner because it needs to be a collaborative project between UK and Indonesia.
Okay, very interesting. I'm just looking at your Instagram now.
Okay.
Okay, interesting. Okay. No, I like it because with social media now, it's so much more quote unquote. People can reach you out.
Yeah.
People can see what's happening.
Yeah.
People can see what you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I hope that you guys who are watching, if you have an initiative and you maybe happen to have a UK partner or collaborator, you can hit them up for some money, right?
I have a UK friend. Does that count? No?
Well, if you are collaborating with them on a creative project,
Right now, I will be. No, I just have a friend who lives in the UK. Every time I go to the UK, I stay at his house.
Right.
Because I don't want to pay for hotels.
That's the collaboration.
That's the collaboration. Literally.
It's an economically creative collaboration.
Like legit 2 years ago when we were doing the research for our musical,
Yeah.
we went to the West End. We went to the West End to see all the musicals, right? But because it's so expensive to watch every single theater there, I stayed in my friend's house. I just crashed at his house. Didn't pay a thing for whatever. I mean, I gave him food for like here's money for food, but like I just watched all the musicals while staying at his house. So technically, we are collaborating. Technically.
Did you bring him to watch the music?
No, I didn't.
Damn.
I was just like, his name is Jamin. His name is Jamin, right? Jay, can you? I'm gonna stay at your place. Cool. But that's all I did. I just watched all the musicals. While Joe stayed at a hotel. Oh, Sunday roast. Oh, fancy. My brother's too fancy. Sunday roast.
So you guys like.
No, we don't stay. We don't stay with each other.
Okay,
He was fancy. He was like, "Oh, I gotta stay at a hotel near West End." Right. Anyway, that's very personal. Never mind. Yeah.
Have you watched his musical though?
You should.
The DPR one or Polarisasi?
I've watched the DPR one.
You gotta watch the Polarisasi one.
Have you
but-
watched the Polarisasi one?
Yeah, I've watched clips of it.
It's okay. It's okay. Next, I mean, our biggest dream is to make it in English, but it's hard because it's all the context is Indonesian.
Yeah.
It's very Indonesian
Yeah.
coded.
Context, yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah.
You never know. One day we can make an English musical.
But the musical sector is really growing here.
It
It's
is.
amazing. It's
is, it
great.
is.
It's great. And I obviously I think a lot of people are also looking at the West End as maybe like one of the examples of how we can develop it
and
further.
we have 2 Indonesian
yes
actresses
We do.
who are headlining
Yes.
West End,
Yeah.
by the way.
Exactly.
Not even headlining. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. She's playing in Hadestown.
Yes.
And she's headlining.
She's headlining, yeah, exactly.
We have Indonesians who are going crazy.
Her name is Desmonda.
Desmonda.
Yes, I remember
Desmonda.
now.
Shout out
Desmonda.
Desmonda got interviewed by Joe, not me. Whatever.
I
Fine.
sense some sibling rivalry.
Yeah. So good luck.
Thank
with,
you.
With what you're doing. I
Yeah.
mean, it's still
Is there-
young.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to maybe say to the audience that maybe we haven't covered, like extra important information?
I think I just wanted to highlight how amazing, the Southeast Asian region is and how much talent there is, how much potential there is. And if we can really grow together and work together, we can really become a strong region. And then, as you can already see, the UK is already so interested in working together with Southeast Asia and the ASEAN region because there's so much potential. And I think once you kind of come together, we can help facilitate that, and in order to leverage and make the creative economy even more sustainable.
Right now I'm gonna have quick idea. Okay? I'm gonna ask hot topic questions. You gotta answer honestly.
Okay.
But these are positive. Don't worry.
All right.
I
Is this
got it.
also going to be still recorded?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
This is gonna be the hook.
Yeah. So, without answering Indonesia, your favorite country outside of Indonesia in ASEAN? It's positive. Outside of Indonesia, of course. Your favorite, and you can say food-wise, anything-wise, whatever your criteria. Your favorite country outside of Indonesia.
I maybe have to say right now perhaps Philippines, just because I was just there earlier this year for the Creative Economy Symposium, and we had such a lovely time there. Everybody was so nice and so hospitable, and I could really see that there was so much potential in the Philippines creative economy as well. And it's so similar to Indonesia. I feel like Philippines is probably one of the countries there's our twin.
Yeah. There's a joke, and I don't know if this joke is gonna be cut or not. They say Philippines is like Indonesia, but it's just Catholic. That's basically the joke. It's like the Catholic majority version of Indonesia, right? And that's a safe joke, right?
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's because I've been to Manila as well. It's very similar to us. Very similar.
And
So Philippines.
also, just a disclaimer, I actually lived in Malaysia for 4 years. So
Wow.
not to say, but I love KL as well.
Yeah.
KL.
And you didn't choose KL.
Wow,
not
Cami, how dare you?
I
my
see.
How
Malaysian
dare
friends
you.
are going to kill me.
Tak apa, tak apa.
It's more because Philippines was just more recent. But I love Malaysia as well. It's also my second home.
Right. Interesting.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kimmy, for talking to us. And I hope you guys can approach or maybe make use of some of these resources that you just learned. We'll see you in our next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Farewell. See you later.